Yesterday we did till the navigation and how to enter a tax, how to change some of the basic settings in Excel file. Okay, today we are going to move forward and we are going to see how we can use a cell referencing and freezing and how you can create different series in Excel. Okay, how you can fill a series. We will understand how to navigate in a workbook and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is already available with you. I will be taking you to the practical aspect first, and then we will discuss what you have to read and how you have to go through this PDF. Okay. So now I am opening my Excel sheet which I have shared with you, and this is it. Okay. I hope the Excel is visible to all. I hope the Excel is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Great. Now, whenever you are working with Excel, some of the basic rules you have to keep in mind. First thing is that you should never touch the data. Never touch the data means that if you are going to experiment with the data, if you are going to do some calculation with the data, always create a copy of the original data and work with the duplicate file. Okay, always create a copy of the file and work with the duplicate file, so that whatever happens, suppose you delete a wrong column or a row, then what you can do is you can retrieve the data from the original file. So first thing is that never touch the data in the original file, create a copy. So we can say that create a copy of data and then work on the copied. Keep the original intact. Second one, try to correlate problem with your knowledge. So in Excel, when we look at the practical implication of Excel, you will see that you might know different formulas and function in Excel, but what is more important is the application part. What is more important is the application part of it. So you have to relate each problem with your knowledge of the different formulas. Think dynamic in future. I can see that some of the participants' mic is on. Please keep it on mute, everyone, so that when you see the recording, you don't see any disturbances in between. Okay. Yeah. If you have any queries, you can put it in the chat box. Use standard function and formula. That means you have to use the function and formula in the same syntax, in the same manner they are given. Enter functions argument through reference. This is what we are going to learn today. How to put references to the formulas when we are writing any formula or function. Follow syntax of a function properly. Function either in starting or in end columns, don't mix. So whatever you have to put any function, either you have to put it in the start or in the ending columns. Don't mix up the data. Don't destroy the data. Use one or two.
Not audible.
Sir, you are audible.
I'm not audible.
सर थोड़ी बहुत हल्की आवाज आ रही है, कल जैसी नहीं है.
एक मिनट सर, let me do something. Let me do something, sir. Is it now better?
Oh sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are some basic rules that you have to follow when you are working with Excel. Okay, I will explain it more about it when I'm on the second sheet. Okay, so there are two sheets, T1 and T2. So what I've done is I have created a case study through which I will be showing you what are references in Excel. Okay, so before I start explaining you the meaning of the word reference, I want to understand what do you understand by this term reference. Reference का मतलब क्या होता है? In layman terms, how would you define a reference? I want some answers in the chat box. What do you understand by the term reference? You must have used this term in the past, I want to understand what do you mean by the term reference. Whatever comes to your mind, whenever you hear this word reference, you can just put in address of a cell. Okay. So that is with respect to Excel. I'm just talking about layman, in layman terms, in day-to-day life. What is reference? In relation with something, right? So when you are referring to something or someone, it is called as a reference. Okay. So to give you an example of this, pointing out, correct, very good. So hint or mention, Shrestha is also right. Prasad says refer means pointing out, right? So when we say that, we can refer to sun and moon. Okay. So sun, when you are pointing out कि बहुत गर्मी है, sun is like shining very bright. So we are referring to, ठीक है? Love you to the moon and back. ठीक है, तो रेफर किसको कर रहे हैं, मून को कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. सो रेफरेंस का मतलब होता है a point of reference. When you are pointing to something, it is called as a reference. So now reference can be of three types in Excel: absolute, relative, and mixed. So reference in Excel means cell address, as correctly pointed out by Gunnur and Avnish and Arushi. These are called as references. Okay. Suppose now I'm clicking on this cell. Can you tell me what is the cell address I'm on? What is the active cell address? Active cell address is B6, correct? It is B6, right? Okay, so B6, this is, you can see it here also, you can see it is here also. Okay, now I've moved to a different cell. Can you tell me what is the cell address now? Q12. Okay, Q12. Now I want the value of B6 in Q12. I want the value of cell B6 in Q12. How can I get it? I want the value of cell B6 in Q12. How can I get it? Type is equal to B6 in Q12. Okay, correct. So I am here in Q12. I type is equal to and I say B6 and press enter. What do you see is that we're getting a 10 here. We are getting a 10 over here. Okay. Now, how do I get a 10? Because I have used a reference in the cell. Okay. Now, what happens when I just drag it down? Do you see I'm getting 15, 38, and 59? And what happens when I drag it towards the right? If I drag it towards the right, what do you see? I'm getting 5, 65, and 9. Just concentrate on this yellow portion. I'm making it yellow so that you can focus here. Okay, now just focus on this portion. Okay, what we did is we started with B6, and what we did is I just drag it down and I got these numbers. I drag it towards the right and I got these numbers. Okay, so why it happened? Because of what? Because of referencing in Excel. Okay, so whenever you want to bring any cell's value in some other cell, we can refer to that cell. Okay, now how does referencing work in Excel? So whenever you are pulling any data down, it will copy the down cell. Whenever you're pulling the data towards the right, it will copy the right cell. Okay, now can anyone tell me why we are getting a 0 over here? Can anyone tell me why we are getting a 0? Why are we getting a 0 in this column number 5 or column number S?
उसका रेफरेंस नहीं है
Reference तो है. It is D.
Because column D is blank.
Exactly, because there are no values in column D. So whenever there are no values in this column, we get a 0. We get a 0. Okay. So now suppose I go to a sheet. I go to a new sheet. It's a new sheet. And suppose now I write B6. If I type B6, will I get what value do I get? What value do I get? 0. But yeah, because there is no value in B6. Now suppose I write my name in B6. Okay, I'm writing my name at B6, Alok Sethi. What will happen when I press enter to B2? What will happen to B2 when I press enter? It will also have the same value. Yes, it will also change because these are references. These are references. Okay, so now you must have understood the meaning or the importance or the use of the term reference. Okay, now suppose I want to bring the table which was there in sheet T1. I want to bring this here. So what I will do is I will just put a equals to sign over here. I will go to T1 and I will just select this. I will just select this column 1 and say enter. Now what do you see? We are getting column 1 over here. Okay, and what if you see the cell address? If you see the cell address, it is showing in single inverted comma T1, then a exclamatory sign and B, then B5. Now can anyone tell me what does it mean? Just look at the formula bar or the cell address, the formula bar, this one, and tell me what does it mean? What does this mean? T1 exclamatory B5. What is this meaning? What is
सर
T1?
T1 जो है वो शीट का नेम है और B5 जो वहाँ का कॉलम है.
Very good. Now we have got our sheet connected to sheet T1 column number B5. Now what will happen when I drag down? I'm getting all the values from the T1 sheet and the cell B6, B7, B8. What will happen when I drag it towards the right? So you see that we have created the same table which was there here. The same two columns are here also in this new sheet. Okay, so that is the benefit of having a reference. Now there is one more thing that I want to show you before I start explaining the three differences between the three references. Okay, now suppose I name this range as table 1. I have named this range as table 1. Okay, this is table 1. This I want to call it as relative REV. I am giving the name as REV. This I am giving the name as AB, absolute AB. Okay. Now, whenever I click on this, you will see it is showing table 1. Whenever I select this, you see that it is showing REV. And whenever I select this, you see that it is AB. Now, everyone should concentrate here. It's a blank sheet. It's a blank sheet. I'm typing is equal to, then typing table 1 and pressing enter. What will happen? What will happen when I press enter? Yes. What will happen when I do press table 1? I want some answers. And this is all related to MOS exam. So all these questions would be asked. You have to do this. They will ask, create a new sheet and copy the content of table 1 without using Control C, Control V. Then how would you do it? So that is what I'm teaching you today in the references. Okay. So as I type table 1 and press enter, what do you see? That the same table is copied over here. The same table is copied over here. Now I want to copy the relative column. So I will just write REV. R, you press R is equal to R and you get to see a table. Just move down, press tab key and press enter. You get the same column. I want the absolute column here. Enter. I got the same column. Did everyone knew this before? How many knew all this before? If you knew all this before, you can write down new. And if it is you are seeing it for the first time, you can write down new, N-E-W. So K-N-E-W, N-E-W. So Prasad says new. Gautam says new. Chitrangshi say also new. Okay. So this is something that you have got to see today for the first time in your life. Congratulations. कुछ तो नया सीखा आज आपने. ठीक है. चलिए. Now those who already knew it, yeah, there are many people who have learned something new today. Very good. That is the purpose of conducting this course and this classes, that you get to learn new things which you never experience in Excel. Okay, now those who already knew this, जिनको पहले से पता था कि इसमें क्या है, ये तो होता ही है. I will show you something very interesting now. Okay, so just hold on. We are going to see something very interesting, more interesting now. Okay, now what you have to do, guys, here is, let us understand some theory first. Let us understand some theory first, and then we will solve all this. Okay, so I'm just deleting everything. I'm just deleting everything and bringing it back to normal. So let me change the color also. Okay, now there are three types of references. One is absolute, relative, and mixed referencing. Okay, now what is absolute reference and what is a mixed reference and what is a reference actually? Okay, so let me just read out the first three references. Basically, there are two, we can create many. Okay, so first is the relative reference. No dollar signs means no lock specific apply. References cells are free to move. So whenever you do not apply any dollar sign, it is called as a relative reference. Relative. ठीक है. देखिए हमारे जो relatives होते हैं ना, we all must have seen the attitude of the relatives. It keeps on changing, isn't it? It keeps on changing. You cannot ask them to behave in a very particular manner. ठीक है कि ये रिलेटिव है, ये हमेशा ऐसे ही बिहेव करता है मेरे साथ, ऐसा कभी पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. Sometimes they are happy, sometimes they are angry, sometimes they are in a different zone, different mood, isn't it? Isn't it? So relative, you have to remember that relative means that cells can change their references as we move around. Okay, and that is why when we type any formula in any cell and we copy it down, it changes its reference, and that is why you are able to get the formula, result of the formula in all the cells. So for example, let me zoom in my screen and just focus on these column 1, column 2, and relative and absolute. Okay, just focus here only. So now I want to add 10 and 5. I want to add 10 and 5. So what I'll do is I will say is equal to, I will select this 10. So it is B6 plus C6. What I'm getting as the answer is 15. Now I want to do the same operation in all the cells which are below it. What I will do is I will just drag it down. I will just drag it down, and you will see that all the numbers are being added up. Okay, the respective numbers are being added up. Okay, this is not something which is new. You already know it. ये सबको पता होता है. This is something which you already know. But if I ask you that I want all the numbers of column 1, I want all the numbers of column 1 to be added to a single number 5 from column 2. I want all these number in column 1. I'm just coloring them blue with a blue background. I'm putting a blue background so that you can focus on this particular column which I'm talking about. So all those numbers which are there in column blue, I want to add all these number with a single number 5, which is in the orange column. How do I do that? How do I do that?
by
ये
using
कैसे
absolute
करेंगे?
freezing difference.
So if I say 10 plus this, okay, so this is giving me the right answer. But when I drag it down, every single number is getting added to a different number, which is corresponding to this in this row. I want this 5 should not move from its place. So what I have to do is I have to freeze 5. I have to freeze 5. And 5 is in which cell? C6. So basically, we have to freeze cell C6. And how do I do it? How do we do it? What is the shortcut key, guys? Those who know?
The function of 4.
Function key F4. So we have to press F4, function key F4. So when you press F4, you get to see a dollar before C and a dollar before 6. Now C represents the column and 6 represent the row. So what we have done is we have freezed the reference of C6. So what will happen now? What will happen now? Let me just do it again. F4 I pressed. Now I'm deleting all these numbers and let me again copy this down. Okay, if I don't want to use the mouse because I don't believe in using mouse when I'm working on Excel, and I always teach my participant to work on Excel without using the mouse. So what is the other way to copy it down? What is the other way to copy it down? Shift and paste down, no. Control D. Shrestha is correct. Avnish is also correct. Very good. Both of you. Control D is the command which will copy the formula from the first cell to the remaining cell. Now, what do you see as a result? What do you see as a result in this yellow column? Let me make it yellow. Okay, so you can see some numbers in yellow column now. So what has happened to this is all the numbers in column 1, all these numbers from column 1 are now getting added to 5 only. And you can see that 15 has become 20, 38 has become 43, 59 has become 64, 18 has become 23, and 23 has become 28. Have you all understood this? Have you all understood this? Can we have a yes in the chat box if this is all clear to you? It is a simple reference. It is a simple reference. This is called as the absolute reference. This is called as the absolute reference. Okay, where you have blocked one cell and it will not move. ठीक है, हम अपनी जगह से नहीं हिलेंगे, तो ये नहीं हिल रहा है. ठीक है. Now we can have different references. For example, mixed reference row constant and column constant. Okay. Now let me show you some examples of row constant and column constant. Now, what is the row and what is the column? What is the row and what is the column? Tell me, what is the row and what is the column in Excel?
The horizontal rows, vertical column.
Very good. So these are my students who are giving the answers. Okay, so I've given an acronym for them to remember. And yes, Arushi has given. This is the acronym which everyone can use to remember and you will never get confused. HRCV. HRCV. So you have to give your CV to the HR so that you can get a job from the HR. So HR means rows are horizontal. CV means columns are vertical. So HRCV, I'm just typing it over here. HR means rows. So you can say horizontal rows. And when you talk about CV, you can say columns are vertical. So horizontal rows and columns are vertical, HRCV. Now, if I want to freeze any row, okay, how can I freeze? So mixed references, what are mixed references? Mixed means that one is fixed and second one is free. Okay, so either the row is fixed and the column is free, or the column is fixed and row is moving. Now let us take an example and understand this concept. Okay, this is a very good example of to show you what is actually a mixed reference. So now you see that we have a problem here where you have global factor as 0.2, you have monthly factor as 0.3 and 0.5. 0.3 is for January and 0.5 is for February. Okay, and there are three companies ABC which has some sales 100, 150, 300, 200, 250, 300. Now we have to fill the values in the gray cell. We have to fill the values in the gray cell. Okay. Now you will guide me how can I get the answers. So here is the question. Multiply by global factor. I will make it a black background and white color so that you can focus. Same thing I will do over here. Okay, so if I want to copy this format, I can use the format painter and it will make it same. Okay, yes. So now we can just type in company over here. Okay, so we have three companies and three companies numbers are there, sales numbers are there. We want to multiply it by the global factor. What is the global factor? 0.2. Now I want some formula over here which will multiply all these number with a single number 0.2. Okay, but I want to type in the formula only once and then I will just drag and drop. Then I will just copy paste. How to write the formula?
D7 multiplied by D3.
Okay, so
Then copy paste. Then copy paste.
Yeah,
Multiply by
D7 multiply by D3. Okay, so if I just copy and paste this in all the cells around, see what happens. Am I getting the right answer?
No, no.
No. We are getting some zeros over here. The zero is not possible. Okay, because all these values are there and 0.2. Okay. Is 45 correct? No, because 150 multiplied by 0.2 should be 30. 300 multiplied by 0.2 should be 60. 200 multiplied by 0.2 should be 40.
Okay. Because it's taking the next cell also.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, if you see how referencing works, so when I copied it down, when I copied this down, it is taking one cell below 0.2 and one cell below 100. So यहाँ पे उसने reference क्या लिया? D8 and D4. If you see the cell address here, it is taking this blank cell D5 and 9, D9. If you see the cell reference here, it is taking E5 and E9. So basically, we will have to freeze some cell which we don't want to move. Now we want which cell not to move. कौन सा cell यहाँ से हिलना नहीं चाहिए? कौन सा number?
D3.
D3. Yes, we want D3 to be constant. So we will select D3, shift and arrow key. You can use shift and arrow key. You will select this. Okay. And what you will do is you will apply F4. Okay, sorry. We have to just select D3 and press F4. You can type manually also these dollars. So I can type a dollar over here and a dollar over here. Now I will do the same thing which I did before, but I will use Control D to down copy, Control R to right copy, Control D and Control R. Now, are we getting the right answers now?
Yes, sir.
Now you see that all the numbers are correctly multiplied. Why it was possible? Because of the referencing, because we have freeze the cell. So now if you check any cell reference, this 0.2 is not moving, only these are variable. This is constant and these are become variable. Now a level up problem, next level we are going to in referencing. Okay, now what I want is multiply by monthly factor. Now there are two monthly factors, one is 0.3, one is 0.5. I want the January data to be multiplied by 0.3 and the February data to be multiplied by 0.5. Now guide me. What should I do?
We'll freeze and control D we'll use only. Then again for R we'll have to do the same thing again.
So that means I have to put the formula 2 times, right?
I think so. I think so.
No, we can do it single in a single time. एक ही बार में कर सकते हैं. Avnish has given an answer. 37 into $D$4. No, if I do Avnish.
Sir, we will not freeze.
Yes, please continue. Yes, whosoever is saying. कौन बोल रहा है? पहले आपका नाम बताइए and then you start.
Gurjot.
Gurjot. Yes, Gurjot. What do you want to say?
We will freeze that. Sorry, sir. Sir, we will not freeze that column number in D3.
You will not freeze the column number. What you will freeze is only the row. Okay. Now see D7. D7 I want to be free. Okay, so I will not freeze D7 because whenever I copy down, I want it to become D8, D9. When I copy towards the right, I want it to become E7, E8 and E9. So D7 is out of question. Okay. Now only factor which we want to consider is D4. Okay. Now when I move down, it should not go to D5. Okay. When I move towards the right, it should go to E5. That means the column can change, but the row should not change. Again, I'm repeating just.
So we'll put $1 only, sir.
Yes, we will put only $1. But
yeah,
where to put that $1? Before D or before 4?
Before 4.
Correct. Before 4. Because we want to freeze only the row. Okay, now see what happens. Are we getting the right answers?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, do you want me to repeat this? Anyone who wants me to repeat this, you can write down repeat. If you want me to repeat this, I will explain again. And if you have understood, you can write down you understood, you or R. Repeat. So I'm getting many repeat. Yeah, because repeat. I have been training from last 3 years online. So I know that every time when I do this, I get repeat. So I don't wait for the participant to ask me the question. I myself know that people are going to type repeat. Okay, and there is no bad thing about it. It is good only that you are acknowledging that ek aur baar samajhna chahiye isko. And it requires that thing. Because see, next thing I'm going to do, I'm making to do you a question. If you have understood this concept, then you will be able to do it. Otherwise, you'll not be able to do it. Okay. So now listen to this properly. Just don't do anything on your system. Just see here what I'm doing. So I've selected the first reference, that is D7. Okay. Now I want to multiply it with D4. Okay. So that is okay. Fine. Now D4 के बाजू में पास में कौन है? E4 है. In the same row, one more number is there. E4 has 0.5. Now, whenever I copy this formula down or right, what I want is that when I'm copied down, the row should not get disturbed. Which row? D4 should not get disturbed when I copy it down. So what I don't want to move is the row. And what is represented by a row? Number. Row is represented by a number. So I want to freeze this row. Okay, so I put $1 before 4. Now let us understand what will happen, what we want when we copy towards the right. मैंने down का इलाज तो कर दिया है. Down I have secured. Now it will not move. But what if I move towards the right? So if I put $1 here also, if I put $1 here also in before D, what will happen when I copy the formula towards the right? It will not convert D into E. It will not allow the column to be changed from D to E. So I will not put $1 before D. Now what will happen? Now it will allow both. It will allow the column to change its value. So you see that it has become E4, but 4 has not moved because we have fixed 4. So these numbers, these references I have kept open. So these are relative. These references I have For them, I have closed them. These are called as absolute, but not 100% absolute, only mixed reference. We have freeze only the row and not freeze the column. I hope now 100% you have got this. Is it all
Yes.
clear? Everyone who asked me to repeat it, now is it clear? You can write down clear if it is clear. Yes, clear. Very good. Now, if it is clear, then let's do a question together. Okay, now let's proceed to this. And if you can solve this, then I will come to know that you have understood the concept of relative and absolute references. Once only you can solve this, then only I will get to know that you have really understood this. Okay, so what you have to do is, just wait for a minute. So we have got a table where there are products. There are 10 products, product number 1 to 10. Okay, there are 10 products in product number 1 to 10. And there are rates. Each product has different rates. Okay, that is okay. Each product is having different rates. These are rupees. That is the value of the product. And these products are sold in different quantities. These products are sold in different quantities. What I want is, I want here in this gray area, what I want is, I want amount in rupees. Okay, what I want is amount in rupees. That means 19 multiplied by 1, 19 multiplied by 2, 19 multiplied by 3, 19 multiplied by 4, 19 multiplied by 5. Similarly, here 11 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to fill this entire table. But there is one twist. What is the twist? Can anyone tell me what is the twist?
सर डॉलर साइन फ्रीज होना है.
नहीं, ट्विस्ट क्या है? क्वेश्चन में ट्विस्ट क्या है? क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट नहीं किया मैंने, आपको बताया करना क्या है, लेकिन कैसे करना है उसके पीछे कंडीशन है. क्या? आस्क मी व्हाट. Ask me what in the chat box. Then I will tell you what is the condition, what is the twist. So Mayur is saying what, Tanu is saying what. Okay. So I'm writing it in the chat box. Everyone just read it in the chat box. Okay. I'm writing the condition in the chat box. This is the twist. Have you read it in the chat box?
Yes, sir.
You have to put the formula only in one cell and get the answer for all the cells. Now, how much time do you think you're required to do this? Try this. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Your time starts now. 2 minutes you have to try this. And share your answer in the chat box. Okay, Gurnur was the first. Select all and control enter. No. No, we don't want to do control enter.
And I have answered it.
No, don't give the answer in the chat box. Let people try. Remove your answer if I think people have given the answers, but if it is possible, delete the chat. I'm deleting it. Don't give the answer in the chat box.
डिलीट कर दिया.
हाँ कर दो अभी सबको ट्राई करने दो. सबने क्लियर लिखा था, अभी देखते हैं कितना क्लियर हुआ है. So 1 more minute I will wait. It is 10:01, 10:02 पे we will discuss. It is 10:02. 2 minutes comes to an end now. Okay, now how to do it? So how many tried but could not do? Be honest in the chat box, and you can write down not done, not no. You can write down no if you're not able to, not done, not done. Okay, so we have got one done from only Anilji. Prasad also says no. Everyone, be participate in the chat box. Come on, not done. Shrestha. Okay. Do you think it is hard? Do you think it is hard or easy? You can write down hard or easy in the chat box. What do you think? It is hard or easy? It's tough or easy? I want your answer in the chat box. Don't put the answer Gunnoor now, please. Just wait for a minute. Delete. I'm deleting it. Okay, I want you to answer. What does it seem? कैसा लग रहा है आपको? Easy लग रहा है? Hard लग रहा है? Just type in hard or easy. फटाफट. Quick. Is it easy or hard?
easy.
Those who have done it will be easy for them. But those who are not done, do you think it is hard? Hard. और बहुत hard. बहुत hard. Very hard. Very. Okay. Hard. Okay. चलो आज से ये शब्द का मीनिंग बदल देंगे हम. Hard. Nothing is hard. Now let's just look here. Okay. And I know people who have answered correctly. Very good to all of you. But now see how I'm explaining it. Concentrate here, everyone. Those who have answered correctly, they also look here. So what we had to do is N6 into O5. Okay, now this is easy. Now if I drag it down, Control D, I'll get something like this. If I'll do Control R, I'll get something like this. So these are not the correct answers. You are getting some errors also. Okay. Why this is happening? Because the references have changed. So obviously this is not the right way to do it. Now we need to understand the logic. Okay. If the logic is clear, then it is only a 10-second job. If the logic is not clear, you will take 1 hour also, you will not be able to understand. You will not be able to do it correctly. Now try to understand. What we have to do is we have to multiply all the rates with all these quantities. Now answer my question. Okay, just answer my question in the chat box. Everyone, answer the question in the chat box now. Are the rates in single column or multiple column? You can write down S for single and M for multiple. Question, I'm repeating the question. Are the rates in single column or multiple column? Are the rates in single column or multiple column? Now there are different answers coming. Some are saying M, some are saying S. Majority are saying S, but Mayur has said multiple. Only Mayur has said multiple. Okay. Others are not answering only. They are saying let people answer. Why should we answer? It might be wrong. Once you give the wrong answer, you understand why you are wrong. Okay, so don't be afraid of giving a wrong answer. There is no pass and fail over here. Even those who are getting right answer, they're not getting awarded. So you should participate. Okay. Now, see, I told you before also, columns are vertical and rows are horizontal. Okay, columns are vertical. Vertical matlab top to bottom. And rows are left to right, left to right, left to right. So I asked you the question, is it in the single column or multiple column? Now what should be the answer, Mayur? Is it single column or multiple column? It is only one column, column number N.
Single, sir. Single.
Yeah, it is single column. It is not multiple column. What rates are there in multiple rows? You can see the row numbers are changing. There are different row number. Each row number has a different number, right? So there are multiple rows. The rates are in multiple rows, but in single column. Now, why did I ask you that? Because when I am copying the data towards the right or down, I don't want the rate column to change. I don't want the rate column to change. Okay. Now next question. Now try to answer this question
I
correctly.
thought, sir, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the rate.
No. See, rate is written na. Rate, it is RATE written. It is quantity. It is a rate. So rate it is.
Okay.
Yeah, if you
तो भी
understood
सर
this as
तो भी
rate, yeah, if you understood this as rate, then your answer was correct. The rates are in multiple columns. Okay, so now we have given the answer of the next question, but let me answer this question again. Okay, so I was coming to it. The rate are in single column. Now listen to my next question. The quantities, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are in single row or multiple rows.
people, sir, 10 rows.
The quantity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is in single row or multiple row. Write down S or V, or S or M, sorry. Single row or multiple row.
Single.
Now no one will type M, right? It is single. Correct. It is single. All these quantities are only in the same row. What is the row number? What is the row number?
5.
5.
5. So whenever I'm copying the formula towards the down, what I don't want in the quantity part is that the row should not move. What should not move? What should not move?
Row.
Row. And rate में क्या नहीं हिलना चाहिए? Column. ठीक है? So here you don't want this column to move. Here you don't want this row to move. Now how to freeze this? See, आपको पता होना चाहिए किसको जाने देना चाहिए और किसको पकड़ के रखना चाहिए. ठीक है? There's a very what you can say, a deep thought that I've given to you. It can be used in Excel also. It can be used in life also. So in life also you should know whom you should let go, and whom you should always hold on. किसको जाने देना चाहिए, किसको रोक के रखना चाहिए, ये लाइफ में पता होगा तो बहुत आसानी होगी लाइफ जीने में. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे ये सेम प्रिंसिपल यू हैव टू अप्लाई इन एक्सेल आल्सो. सो किसको पकड़ के रखना है इधर से? व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट रो, व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट रेट, किसको पकड़ के रखना है? कॉलम शुड नॉट मूव. सो वी विल फ्रीज द कॉलम. व्हाट अबाउट द रो? 6 should become 7, 6 should become 8, 9, 10. So we will keep it free. इसको जाने दो, इसको पकड़ के रखो. When it come to quantity, किसको नहीं जाने देंगे? किसको नहीं जाने देंगे? This row number 5 should not go, but this column O should become P, should become Q, should become R, should become S, should become T. Now what I've done is, in the rate I freeze the column, in the quantity I freeze the row. Only once I have put the formula here, I'm pressing enter. Now see the magic happening. I've selected the entire table. Now I'm pressing Control R and Control D. Are the answers correct? Yes or
Yes.
no?
Yes, sir.
So this is the power of cell referencing in Excel. आपका ये टेबल जो था, what is the size of this table? If I ask what is the size of the table, you can tell me the size. It is 10 row and 5 column. So that means there are 50 cells. Now suppose the table is of 100 columns and 100 rows. That means 10,000 cells. You can just type the formula in one cell and press one key, Control R and Control D, and you will get the right answer in all the cells. Provided what? Provided what? Provided you have put the right answer in the first cell. Yeah, so Mayur is right. Whosoever we are giving the dollar, it is staying with us. जिसको पैसा दिया वो हमारे पास रह गया, जिससे पैसा लिया वो चला गया. समझ में आया है? तो you can remember that song from 3 Idiots. जाने नहीं देंगे तुझे. याद आ रहा है वो गाना? when the Maddie is fighting with the I think Maddie होता है कौन होता है I don't remember है ना तो आमिर खान बोलते जाने नहीं देंगे तुझे तो इसको भी नहीं जाने दे रहे किसको नहीं जाने दे रहे इधर से रेट में से कॉलम को नहीं जाने दे रहे और क्वांटिटी में से नंबर को नहीं जाने दे रहे तो वी हैव फ्रीज्ड वन रो एंड वन सेल एंड that is how we have got all these answers. So how did you find this trick? Raju, yeah, Raju. एक्सेल नहीं आता लेकिन मूवी याद है. So how was this?
आप ये तो सिखा रहे हो सर आलोक सर आप ये तो सिखा रहे हो जिसको नहीं जाने देना उसको पैसे दो तो रुका रहेगा आपके साथ हमेशा.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. So I will stop sharing my screen over here. It's already 10:15, 10:13. Okay. And I will share this Excel. I've already shared this Excel. Try it again. Dekho, whatever I'm teaching you, I can do it because I've practiced this from over 3 years and 5 years and 10 years down the line. इसलिए मैं इतना fast, इतना accurately कर पाता हूँ. जब मैंने start किया था, also it took me time to understand all these concepts. But I never gave up because it was my passion to learn and to teach. So, and you must be learning because of learning Excel because of different reasons. Maybe you use it at your work, you want a job, or you want to be good at it. But give your whole and soul to it. जैसे मैं अपना सब कुछ दे रहा हूँ, वैसे आप भी अपना सब कुछ देंगे, तो definitely you will become like me. And I want everyone to become like me in Excel. ठीक है? बाकी everyone is unique. You should all have unique. You must be having unique qualities in yourself. But I want you to develop this quality of using Excel with quality. Okay. तो आप बाकी किसी को बताएंगे तो उसको भी लगेगा कि ये सब तो हमें नहीं पता था ये सब कहाँ से सीखा आपने. So I want you people to stay with me. Voice is lagging. Switch off your video. Okay. Yes. So what I was saying is that you should keep on practicing. And now if you have any questions, you want to share anything, you can just share it. I am sharing the link of the course which we are doing. And so those who want to continue now, it is the moment has come where you have to enroll for the course. And there were some queries as to how to enroll for this course. So we'll be sharing this link in the groups also and in the chat box I'm sharing. So when you open this website, you will be diverted to the courses over here. I've created a course Excel for beginners, MOS 200 certification. You click on it. When you click on it, you will be diverted to another page where you will see all this information. Okay. Because I've logged into my account and I am having a poor connectivity, you will not get to see all this. Okay. So you will see what we are going to cover in this course. All these things are written over here. Okay. Just okay, Avnish, can you share your screen if you're on laptop? Can you just open this website? I've shared the link in the chat box. Anyone who can share their Mayur? Avnish, you're doing it? So now we will show you how you can excelvibes.graphy.com. Just share your screen, just open this website and we will show everyone the link to the course. See, it is going to be a 15 days course. Every day the classes will be from 9 to 10. You will all get recording. If in case you miss any class, you can watch the recording n number of times. The validity will be 1 month. Okay. And after this batch gets over, which is going to get over in by 15th of June, 10th or 12th of June, we will have 1 day preparatory session. Okay. Avnish, you're sharing your screen.
स्क्रीन शेयर करने के लिए होस्ट की परमिशन चाहिए.
हाँ मैं दे रहा हूँ आपको तो आप मैंने होस्ट बनाया था आई थिंक. Okay, I've made you the host. Now you can share your screen. So the classes will be every day, barring Sundays. We will have a test also on Saturdays, and we will have practical questions also. So this is the website. Okay, Just open this excelvibes.graphy.com. You need not sign in. Basically, if you have created an account, then it's okay. If you have not created an account, you will be directly redirected to the site. Once the page is loading, then I will tell you how you have to do exactly.
So क्योंकि ये account
We will also post it will ask for a mobile number for your OTP verification before you create. When you create your account, you have to just put your mobile number and get started. Click on get started. We will put a small video also of this in the group, so those who are having any problem, those who are not there in the session right now, they can do it afterwards. They can see the video and do it. Okay, or you can connect with any of the group admins and they will be able to guide you on this. Avnish, you need to just click on get started.
दूसरे अकाउंट से लॉगिन करना इसमें गूगल क्रोम में तो अब उसमें लॉगिन नहीं है
Acha, no problem.
May I
Okay.
share?
Yes sir,
Yeah, you
please.
can share. Gurjot, you are the host, you can show it.
Okay.
But do it fast because it's already late. Today the session got started late, so we're already late now. So any other questions anyone has regarding to the course or anything, you can share it in the chat box or you can unmute and ask questions. I would be there to answer the questions if you have any relating to the course. How many have decided to continue with this course and would be joining? You can write down yes in the chat box if you've already decided to continue with it. Okay, so this is the screen that you see. You can go to click on the book button over here, which is there on the left hand side. Okay, these are the past courses. You can click on the new button over here. New. Click on the new button. Gurjot. New. This camera button new. It is written just beyond the book. Just after the book symbol, there is a new button. New button on the left hand side. Yeah. Now come to the courses. Now click on courses. Yeah, so here you see this Excel for beginners for 2,999. You click on buy now. Click on buy now. Click on buy now. Yeah, and again click on buy now. Move down. You just need to fill in your details and it will be you will be redirected to payment. When you click on proceed to payment, it will ask you the payment details. Okay, you can click on proceed to payment. Now you have different options like card, UPI, wallet. Once you do the payment, then you will get a confirmation on your email as well as on your number, and you will be added to the group which we have created separately, and then you will get all the information relating to the classes and all in that group. So from tomorrow, we will not be sharing the joining link in the main group. We will add all those persons who have registered in the course in a separate group, and then you can continue over there. Okay, so the link is already shared in the chat box. We'll be sharing the link in the group also. You can join in. You can ask your friends, your colleagues also, those who are interested to join in, and see you tomorrow in the class then. Tomorrow 9 p.m. will be the class. Okay. So we can end this session now. Thank you all for joining in and see you soon. Tanu, you are there for the closing remarks?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. conclude this.
So first and foremost, sir, I would like to thank you because without you, this session was not possible. And thanks for this impactful session full of learning and invaluable knowledge where we got to learn about the fundamentals of Excel. And also I would like to thanks all the participants, all the active participants I would highlight. So trust me guys, you are at the right path of learning, and sooner or later you will get the results. Surely you will achieve the heights. So I would like to end this session. I am expecting you all in the next session with the same enthusiasm. So see you soon. Stay tuned. Bye bye. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
everyone. Thank you. Good night.